Hi. I want to take a moment real quick to talk about the homework assignment, the name search homework assignment. And one of the most common issues that we have with this homework is in regards to where the files are located on someone's hard drive. Now, if you're watching this after you've done the homework, this will just help you understand where you might have gone wrong and where you can do better. And if you're watching this before you've done the homework, then you can incorporate this right in and make sure things work really smoothly. So, one of the biggest challenges when you're dealing with files, I/O files, is where are they on the hard drive? Now, there is always easy ways to get around that. You can ask the user to show you where the file is, those kind of things. For this homework, we're looking for a very simple solution. They're very small files. They aren't going to change. We know where they're at. And so because of that, we can actually utilize something pretty easy to make sure that these files are where we need them to be and where they're located. Now, what you're going to find is one of the more common ways to go about this is to hard code, as you can see here. And by the way, this is a student file that I'm utilizing. And so I wanted to show, because the project itself is a really good project, but it's just this real small issue. And I'm going to show you how to get it to where it works. Now, because this is hard coded, I don't have a folder on my computer called Anthony. So this is not going to work for me. And most clients aren't going to have folders that where you expect them to be. So here's what we can do. What we're going to do is we're actually going to include these text files by going to add an existing item. We want to change to say all files. And then here is our boy name file. So we're adding it as part of the project. And let's add it also. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Add the existing item. And we're going to add the girl names. Now we've added this, and you can see they're in our project. In fact, conveniently, we can even open them and look at them because they're text files, so not a big deal. Now, what I want to point out is when you do that, you've included them in the project. However, when we compile and run this project, remember, Visual Studio puts it into this bin file. And if you're set on debug like I am here, it's going to put it in a debug folder, just like this. So we need for those files to get into the debug folder or to the release folder if we were launching a release. So how we can do this is we're going to select these files and see the copy to output directory down here in the properties window. We're going to change that to say copy if newer. Now, if we pick copy always, then it's always going to copy the file from our project file down into that bin folder for us. We don't really need to do that unless it's a newer file. So we're just going to say copy if newer. And then we're going to go and do the same thing for here. Oops, sorry. We're going to go to the properties and we're going to say copy if newer. There we go. And then the other thing we got to do to the code is now we just need to remove the path. And the reason why we're removing the path is if you don't have a path, it's going to look in the same folder that the executable is already in. So we're going to go ahead and remove those like that. And with that, let's go ahead and compile. I use Control-Shift-B as a quick key to do that. And then I'm going to hit F5, which tells it to run in debug mode. And of course, I have other things up and running. So we're going to go here and we're going to say Michael and Amy. And then we're going to do a search. And we're going to say, oh, Michael's a popular boy's name and Amy's a popular boy's name. Now, you can do it that way. You can also do it to where it shows both answers at the same time in one dialog box. More than welcome to get creative on that. I've seen students where there's feedback right here in the form. It's completely up to you, but that is a good way of making it to where when I download your project, it will go ahead and launch correctly. One last thing. Always make sure any file I/O pieces you do are always wrapped in try-catches. File I/Os, it's easy for things to break, and so you want to make sure you're catching the exceptions and handling them. I hope this helps. and I hope you have a great time with this project. Thanks.